Monday to Friday. You're halfway through. Shout out SARS. Shouldn't have said that. But thank you for subscribing. Shout out SARS. But remember SARS, simpler times. Yeah, shout out to the mods. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody, for being here. If you're new here, let me see if these are still working. Are they still working? Oh, they're not working. I gotta fix my sound bites. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, so, I mean, big news right off rip. I mean, Mike from PA just got banned on Twitch. Like, what? We'll talk about that. I did make a little something cool, but I'll show that later. Yeah, so, I mean, up top, hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, banned. We'll see. We, this week, passed 7,000 subbies. Yay! Let's do another clap for that, since it's the only sound effect that works right now. Yay! Yes, he got banned like a half hour ago. This is why I love going live at night, because shit happens, you know? Shit happens after the show. It needs a couple hours for things to, like, bubble, you know? Twitch does a lot of heavy lifting with the word ban. Yeah, we will see what it actually means. But, I mean, let's just celebrate while we can, you know? We love that for him. But as I was saying, over 7,000 subbies now. And I will tell you, it is a lot harder to get subscribers on YouTube than it is on, like, TikTok or Instagram, right? Like, they trickle in. Like, there will be times where I'll get like a flood, usually after, like, if someone shouts me out or shares my stuff, right? But oof, it goes a lot more slowly. So when I'm like, I have 7,000 subscribers, I'm like, the Instagram side of me that has like 97,000 followers is like, Kate, that's nothing. But I know how much more work it takes to do it here. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Yes, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, because at 10K subs, we are going to open up for members and do some fun members-only content. So if you are interested in that, make sure you're subscribed. Get your friends to subscribe. Alana, I have had that audience for a lot longer, but it happened very quickly. And when I get chunks there, they're like huge. Gwemily, your Insta followers are a lot of your ex's alts. You're probably not wrong. And if you want to know more about X stuff, just wait for 10K, because story time is coming, and that's going to be for members only, because I got 8 years of stories. Oh, formal introduction to all the pets, for sure. Let me add that to my list, because of course I'm constantly making lists and spreadsheets and things. Let me add that to my members content list. Members content, pet intro, y'all. The shit I have, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're absolutely gonna love it. Okay, so yeah, thank you everyone for being here. I'm just so thrilled, and this is just a great, an exciting thing for me, and hopefully for you guys, because it's just gonna get better and better. Yesterday I went and saw, oh god, it's just nasty here. I went and I saw I Know What You Did Last Summer, the new version, because I am a huge Jennifer Love Hewitt fan, have been all my life, and I support everything she does, love her so much. Not surprised at the flack that she's getting for not looking the same way she did when she was, 17 years old? But I'll say, she looks great. Not she still looks great, she looks great, period. Love her so much. I will say, I didn't hate it. I had fun with it. Like, I had fun watching it because, you know, it was just all about the callbacks, right? I was, stupidly, I was disappointed that there were teenagers in it. right? Like, oh, of course they're going to make it like the next generation. But the teenagers had like no edge to them, right? Like, I feel like in the 90s, we were allowed to have teenagers that were like garbage people, right? That were mean and snotty and, you know, like they were the main characters, but you like loved to hate them. But in this, it was like all of them were so, most of them, they were just like so virtuous, you know? Like, I'm not going to give spoilers. Yeah, there's no more teenage dirtbags, you know? Like, there's just no, I don't know. Like, the whole premise was kind of weak. They're like, we killed someone, but like, they didn't really. It's like, we can't even run someone over anymore. Or do something that's more like modern day and actually kill someone. It was very, very weak. It was a weak premise. Yeah, exactly. I know what you didn't do last summer, and that was murder someone. But it was still fun. It was campy, and I was happy with all of the cameos. Yeah, I didn't go into it expecting it to be any kind of a masterpiece. There were some really gruesome deaths. Really gruesome. That grossed me out. But in general, I mean, it was fine. It makes me want to watch the first one because when I was that age, I was too scared of that shit. So I like, before the movie, I meant to watch it, but I didn't have time. So I like read the synopses of 1 and 2 because I've heard that the third one is like totally not related, like not connected, not canon at all. So I knew, and of course I like know the stuff, like, what are you waiting for, huh? And all that shit. Like, I know like culturally about it. So it was good to get the background because I was able to catch some of the callbacks, you know? Was it scary? No. I mean, there were jump scares. But it wasn't like psychological scary. Like, The Ring for me was scary. Haunting of Hill House like fucked me up. Stuff like that. But this was just like fun, campy jump scares, you know? And like some gore, like a little bit of gore. But yeah, that's the kind of horror stuff I like. I don't like really, really like terrifying, scary shit, you know? Haunting of Hill House, I mean, fucking... My friend and I watched that entire thing on a weekend, like a girls' weekend in the woods together. It was literally just us in this house. And I like made us watch the whole thing. Oh, girl, Cabin in the Woods is one of my favorite movies. I made us finish watching Hill House together because we got halfway through and I had the worst nightmares I have ever fucking had. Like with the bent neck lady realization, that was like where we stopped. And I was so fucked up from that. I was like, we need to finish this. We need to finish it. And then I was like crying in the end. But yeah. Cabin in the Woods was good. If you like Cabin in the Woods, you should see The Blackening. That's like a recent horror movie send-up that was really fun too and campy. It was very similar. They were in a cabin, but it's like an all-black cast. Because, you know, there's like the long-standing trope of like all the black characters always die first in horror movies. So in this case, it was like, I think the tagline was, they can't all die first. So yeah, that was really, really good. I haven't watched The Witch. I need to watch that one. Bent Neck Lady was it's just like so beautiful and sad. I heard there's a good lesbian show on Netflix called The Hunting Wives. Really? Why do I feel like I've heard of that? Hang on. Oh, it was a book? Oh, it's two straight people playing it? I'm out of it. Immediately out of it. It looks like it's a drama based on a novel. I might want to read the book first. It was in a book, huh? Busta Rhymes beat Michael Myers' ass. Brittany Snow, yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to do Britney Snow slander, but... Oh, hang on one sec. Hey, Bae! Elizabeth. I don't know where she went. I just got a beautiful cold breeze when she opened that door, so I want her to open it again. Let me FaceTime her. She's the best wife ever. She puts up with all my shit and helps me so much. Yellow Jackets was what I was going to talk about. Related to... I Know What You Did Last Summer. Hello. Oh, are you going to bed?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you just couldn't hear me. Never mind, I love you.
Do you need something?
No, well, you opened a door and there was just like such a nice cool breeze. I thought that maybe we could leave that inside door open and it would help, but I don't know. Maybe you were just taking the babies outside.
Yeah.
Okay, I love ya.
Oh, okay, bye.
Bye. She's so cute. All right, yeah, so I was hoping, like, in my brain, it was going to be like everyone who had survived in the last I Know What You Did Last Summer movies coming back together and like dealing with it 30 years later. But they had to have like the teenagers, and the teenagers, like, I don't know, man. They're making teen actors different these days. Like, they were just not all that interesting. I will say the very last scene was great between the two survivors. That's all I'll say. That made me like them, and that made me kind of want to see the next movie. But man, I wish they had had some of that through the rest of the movie. So anyway, it was fun. Go see it with your friends that love the 90s. We had a really good time, my friend Zoe and I. Speaking of nice things, is this here? No, let me just pull it up then. I got a really nice comment on Instagram. Oh, not Instagram. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, I got a nice comment on Reddit. I don't think the person even knew that I was reading it. I don't think they realized that I had posted it. So, I mean, we're going to talk about this fucking guy later, but I just really like this comment and I wanted to shout it out at the top. So, this person was talking about like, oh, you better block me. Blah, 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 blah. We'll get to that. But this was really sweet. Not going to work, by the way. I've seen plenty of snarkers in her chat before. She can take just about anything these clowns say to her on the chin and come away laughing. She's not softer than baby shit like these bozos that block anyone and everyone that even slightly disagrees with them. And like I said, that is such a wonderful compliment to me, because I've been doing this for a long time. Not on YouTube, but I have been, fielding comments from people like whatever the fuck, Shobahu or whatever his name is, for a long time. And so, yes, I've gained a thick skin. And I'm glad that it shows. I'm glad that it shows, And like I've said before, I've gotten to a place, because, again, I'm older, right? I'm almost 40. I've gotten to the place where if I don't respect you, if I don't think that you are smart or interesting or compassionate or, that you add value, if you're not someone that I admire, I don't really care if you call me names. Like today specifically, I've been called like a narcissist and a Western feminist, which I guess is bad, a Zionist, of course, a genocide supporter. Like, I've been called all these things, but it's like, it's people saying it that I don't respect or know anything about, and I don't believe them. Like, it holds no weight. And I highly recommend getting to that point sooner than later in your life. Like, there was a moment when my brain switched, and it wasn't necessarily about like comments, but it was like a few years ago, and I was watching my mom and her friends and like just how free they are. They're like in their 70s, right? They don't give a fuck. They'll go up and talk to anybody because they're like, I'm a fucking old lady. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not interested in like making myself smaller for people or because I'm like trying to settle down or blah, blah, blah. I don't care if I look stupid or silly or ugly, right? And I saw that and I was like, man, I can't wait to be like that someday. And then I was like, why do I have to wait? was like a click where I was like, I can just be like that. I don't have to wait to earn it. Like, I can just fucking be like that and not give a shit. Like a post-menopausal woman. Game on, you know? So shout out to my mom and her friends. They're the best, and they're really just such an inspiration and a role model to me. And hi, Mimi. My mom might be watching. She has alerts set for when I go live, which is really, really sweet. I have an unread message on Reddit. Ooh. This is like covert ops. Ha ha! You're so stupid. I should say this is offensive. You know what? I won't, though. You're such a dickhead. Alex called me Zionist scum on Reddit. What a dick. I wonder who it's from. So yeah, okay. So that was just a really nice comment. So thank you to whoever said that. That meant the world to me. It means the world to me when people see the real me, you know? And I think that's the real me. Okay. Oh, what I was gonna say about Yellow Jackets is I wish that it had been more like Yellow Jackets, where it was like all the traumatized people dealing with the consequences in their 40s and 50s, right? Not like a bunch of teenagers. All right. We have a very special lesbian tangent tonight. If you have been following me on Twitter, if you have been subscribed here on YouTube, you might have seen what this was going to be about. But some wild stuff happened last night at a WNBA game in Atlanta. So the first thing I saw, where is it? The first thing I saw was this tweet, where it says, couldn't tweet about it in the moment, but yes, a lime green object was thrown from the stands at the Dream game and onto the court. It was eventually collected and given to police, who took it out in a plastic bag and covered it with a towel. Okay? So I was like, what is happening? And I had an idea of what it might be, but yeah. So here's Erica Wheeler. She goes by Wheezy, E-Weezy. She is a W player, and she posed, "Ayo, what's going on in ATL?" And then someone posted this. They wild in Atlanta. Keep the All-Star game away from there for the next 10 years. Someone threw this out there during the Valkyrie Dream game. Shaking my head. Neon green blank, though. Somebody threw a rather large silicone appendage from the audience onto the court at the W game last night. And someone said, how did they get that past security? How did they get that in there? And I was like, well, I know two places they could have put it, right? Like I can think of two places that it probably could have snuggled and smuggled in. And my other thought was, who's got the kind of money to be just throwing those, right? If you know anything, those things are expensive. They are not cheap. Nature's Pocket. Oh my God, that is my wife's favorite joke from Broad City. Yeah, the highlighter green is sick. I mean, I think there's going to be a run on those. Type of activity. All right, so here's the video from the event.
Yeah, and no one's picked the object up yet. You guys, oh my gosh, okay.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, there's the cops picking it up. Oh my God. That's so fucking funny. This is
activity. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the poor woman officer that had to pick it up. Bless her heart. It looks like someone's giving her a bag of sorts. And then this is the owner of the Dream, I believe. So she came out to deal with it as well.
No one's picked the object up yet. You guys, oh my gosh, okay.
Okay. This is so stupid. If you guys aren't watching the W,
Get him out
What
of
are
here,
you
whoever
doing?
it is.
You got
Excuse me,
mail.
miss. What did you say? Oh, someone. Thank you. Thank you, witch. Oh, it didn't read it. Oh, it didn't read it. That's a bummer. Maybe because it had the D word in it? I don't know. Wonder what it said in that cop's yearbook. Where do you think you'll be in 20 years? Oh my God, I love that. I've been trying to buy a super chat 3 times and that's the one thing that goes. Why is it being weird, I wonder? Okay, and then, but listen to what this lady says at the end.
Out of here, whoever it is.
Oh, get him out of here, whoever it is. I thought you said get it out of here, whatever it is. I was like, guys, you know what that is. If you're a WNBA commentator, you know what that is. But like I said, like who's got extra ding dong money that they're just throwing these around? And yes, that they are heavy. That definitely could hurt someone. Okay, and so the last thing about this specific W situation, we have 2 more. We have 2 more W stories today. Sydney Colson is like one of the funniest players in the league. She's on the Indiana Fever. She is just the best. She's like I would call her a personality hire. Like she's really good, but she also just brings such a vibe. And this is what she tweeted last night. Oh my God. She said, sorry, I did not mean to throw that so far, y'all. She is so stupid. She's so stupid. All right, so there's that. I want to know who did it. I want to know why. And also, I love Atlanta so much. I don't think that this would have happened anywhere else in the country, honestly. Just throwing that strap around. Maybe the person upgraded it and wanted to pass it on. My first thought is that some people are of the, what would you call it? The tradition, like a religious tradition of when you break up with a partner, you have to throw out all the toys that you used with them, which I think is so wasteful and some serious like upper class lesbian shit, right? Because they're not cheap. They could be like $90, right? So is this person of that thought school of thought? And they were like, fuck my ex-girlfriend and just launch that thing? In this economy, exactly. So yeah, I have no idea why they did that, but I do like that lime green. Might have to upgrade. Absolute proletariat queen. We reuse dildos in this house. Let me go write the sequel to the Communist Manifesto. Manifesto. Also, I think I want to reread the Communist Manifesto. Maybe that's something we can do as the members chat. Because I keep being told that I'm not a Marxist. You're not a Marxist. I'm like, I don't care what I'm called. Like, I just know what I believe. But I would like to fully know what Karl Marx said and believed when I talk to all these fucking idiots on Twitter, you know? Oh, Caitlin's behind. The ring terrified me. Well, you got another fun surprise coming, Caitlin. But you better duck, if you know what I'm saying. All right, and this is another just silly thing that happened, and I'm a sucker for people falling down or like getting hurt, but in a way that you know that they're like okay. Like that makes me laugh more than anything. So I saw this in my travels. It says, in case y'all were too busy giggling over the ATL incident, this just happened in LA. So this is at the LA Sparks game. And a cheerleader just totally fucking takes out the mascot. He's just frozen. He just fucking freezes like that. One more time. God damn. Why were you standing there? All right, one more. Bang! Shit. How does that happen? How does that happen? This league is so unserious and I love every second of it. All right, the last little W piece is a personal fave. The Connecticut Sun, which is my team. We might not be winning a lot of games, but we do have the best romance tee in the league. 2 players, rookie Sanaya Rivers and Marina Mabry, who's a vet, are making a lot of people wonder if they are together, if they are in a relationship. I'm going to just show you one video, and y'all tell me what you think. Because people are divided, but it seems like something's going on between these two. All right, so here are Sanaya and Marina. We love them both. And here are pictures from a recent photo shoot. Friends or lovers? Friends or lovers? What do you think, guys? Oh, duh. Yeah, we ship them hard. I don't know if they're actually together. They do a lot of... If they're not together, they do a lot of clickbait, right? But... Yeah. That's my girls. So, I mean, I think they're together. But here's the real drama. Marina might get traded. And then it'll be a long-distance relationship. Potentially. And isn't that sad? Yeah, it's very couple portraits. It seems really flirty. For sure together. Good acting friends. Yeah, and they might just be doing it all just for the gram. But I have a feeling it could be one of those, like, let's pretend we're together things, and then they end up actually liking each other. They can weather it. I can feel it. I hope so. I love them so much. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Oh, what do we have next on the list? We did our dildo talk. Oh, let's talk about Trisha Paytas for a second. So, you might remember this clip from this lovely clip of Trisha just really in her element on Frenemies, talking about what shitty parents Ethan and Hila are for having a nanny. So let's dive in.
When I have a kid, I'm not gonna have nannies. That's for damn sure.
What does that mean? You're not gonna have a babysitter when you have a kid? How are you gonna do anything? What does that mean? You're trying to attack our parental abilities?
Let's just move on.
She was in such a state that day. Like, she was so upset.
There's no attack. I just made a comment.
Is there something wrong with having a nanny?
In my eyes, yes.
Really?
We just keep doing the
What about daycare?
Daycare's different.
Why?
So immature.
Nannies are like people who come here and take care of your child all day.
Because we're
and
working. That's how everybody has
literally
nannies.
the
They
same
work.
as daycare,
People work.
You can take care of kids and work. I never
How?
had a nanny.
She just was so, like, she just wanted to hurt them, right? This made no sense at the time, and we all knew this was going to happen.
My parents, I never had a nanny.
And so you think we're bad parents?
So much
That's what
jealousy,
you're
Alex.
insinuating.
I said I would never have a nanny. Did I say you had a bad parent? You're putting words in my mouth. I literally said I would never have a nanny if I had a kid.
Like, she's, like, not... Like, she's just checked out. If y'all know about splitting and BPD... Yeah, exactly, Felix. Just what I said. It definitely feels like BPD. If you've ever known someone with BPD that was not being managed very well, this might seem familiar to you.
Okay. Well, I think a lot of people have nannies. A lot of our employees have nannies. Because we both work, right? And so we have a nanny that Theodore really likes, and he spends the whole day with her.
When I have a kid, I'm not...
Well. So I think was this around the time that Hila got pregnant with Bruce? I never remember what she was what she was so angry about. But this was the same clip when Trisha called
got
Hila
mail.
the C word.
Kabu gave $2 off to go play D&D as an orange cat. Bye,
Fun.
family.
Thank you, K-Boo. I have never played D&D, but I would love to. I am playing Baldur's Gate right now. The very, very first one. It's so fun. Although, yeah, I didn't want to throw any, but y'all nailed it. Yeah, that's what it seems like. I'm not diagnosing anyone. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist, but I have extensive 24/7 experience over the course of many years in a very intimate relationship with somebody who I am pretty sure had borderline personality disorder. I'm pretty sure this is from the episode where she got mad. They were talking about Hila's pregnancy. Yes. Okay. So there's that. There's Trisha shitting on Ethan and Hila for having a nanny. I feel like it was even worse. Like she said even more things. But then, as we all knew, Trisha, a busy working woman, has someone who comes to take care of her children. Because that's what you have to do. So, of course, Ethan posted it.
We're going to be home. My mom was there. My dad was there. We have someone who helps with our kids occasionally there. Like, everyone was going to...
We have someone who helps with our kids occasionally there. Part of me feels like she remembered how ugly she was about people having nannies. And was trying to find a way to say it that didn't sound like she has a nanny. Occasionally. Like, girl, shush. Yeah, sending love to the BPD chat. Trisha doesn't represent you guys. Absolutely. That's why I clarified, like, unmanaged, right? Yeah, the pause before, she's like, how do I say this that's not going to get me chip clipped?
Be there. Everyone. My parents were going to be home. My mom was there. My dad was there. We have someone who helps with our kids occasionally there. Like, everyone was going to be there. Everyone.
Well. So, is there anything to say? I mean, we all knew that was going to happen. Having 3 kids is not easy. And when you are rich and your job is not traditional, you're probably not going to put your kids in daycare because your schedule is different, right? Like, that's just... She was so clearly being irrational in that moment that, like, you can't even really hold it against her, I guess, but the hypocrisy is interesting to point out for sure. Shrimp Climp. When Trish started bullying Hila, I was done with her. Me too. That was the point where I was like, this show needs to end soon. When she dropped the C word that day, I was like, Jesus Christ. I think a lot of people have supported Trisha because they relate to something about her, right? Like, I think they relate to her. Well, she was always very vulnerable, right? And she talked a lot about, like, her trauma and stuff like that. So I think people saw her as kind of not helpless, but someone in need of help. Pitiful in the way of, like, deserving of pity, but not like, like disgusting, I think that was a part of it. And then, of course, the people just, like, love to hate people, right? Ooh, Trisha reminds me of my mother-in-law. My first mother-in-law, too. People relate to seeing a hot mess. Very flawed. Yeah, I think people relate to that. Rusty Shackelford, I have to ask you a question. Because there is a Rusty Shackelford on Twitter who is very not nice to me. Are you the same one? Lana, did you already know what I was going to say? That's so funny. Okay, cool. Okay. All right, great to know. Yeah, everyone wants the redemption, right? I think when, specifically with Ethan and Trisha, he was kind of like our avatar, right? Like he was there and you could feel that he wanted her to get better. He wanted them to have this relationship and he could, like, see that it could work if she was different in these ways, right? And I think that we all kind of started rooting for her through Ethan, right? And rooting for both of them. That's so funny that you knew who I was talking about. Yeah, I knew it was a King of the Hill reference, but I was like, I like had Googled the name and I was like, who is this person? Because I had seen you here and then that other person on Twitter. So yeah, I mean, there's not much to say there, right? Not much to say. Okay. There is that bit. Let's get into the show. We've got a lot of timestamps tonight. Well, not a lot of timestamps, but a lot of stuff tonight. Last episode, like I said, there were some like long segments and there wasn't like a ton to comment on, right? Although we didn't know that there was like a lot of drama happening in the background with Crumbl cookie poisoning and all of that. So we will talk about that too. First up, obsessed with the Teddy Fresh commercial that they did. I loved this so much. I don't know whose idea it was, but it was brilliant.
I want to announce
Speaking of horror movies tonight,
that Teddy Fresh has a spooky offering for us today.
I love the zoom. I thought this was a picture first, and I love that they do like the slow push in and the dissolve. This is so good. So yeah, I thought it was a picture, and then they started blinking. I was like, holy shit!
What?
Red rum.
What are Lena?
Hila's already trying so hard not to laugh. Lena's good at it.
And Hila doing there?
The alternate universe where Ethan died from a cookie sent by Bad Emma Panda is going crazy right now.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, this freaked me out.
These are the new Teddy. They're actually very sweet and not spooky, and it's not even.
Very cute dresses. Neither of them are colors that I usually wear, but that is like an exact dress that I would wear. I love a t-shirt dress. I love them, and I love the tiers to it. I'm gonna bet on my mother that they do not have a 2X or a 3X because they never do. Hila, please. Told ya. Out of stock. Only. Oh my God, there's one left. Are you fucking serious? Holy shit! They actually have plus size shit. Oh my God, I gotta get one of these. Okay, anyway. Oh, and also, I made Mike from PA a Rising Star Award before he got banned. But yeah, so I did this, and then like the joke got ruined because now Twitch banned him. But I just thought that was funny, so I still wanted to show it to you guys. I know, I need to buy it. Hang on, I want to show you guys my credit card number. Do I get the black or do I get the blue? I get the blue, right? I definitely get the blue. Oh my God, I'm doing it. I'm fucking doing it. How long was he banned for? We don't know. Thanks for enabling me, guys. Yeah, I'm buying this. I was just coming here to like be a freaking Judge Judy because there is never. The cute dresses in the plus sizes are always sold out. I got it! We got it! Yay! Oh, I can't wait to wear it on this show! Yeah, credit card numbers, definitely members only content. You guys will definitely see that. Okay, anyway, back to the actual thing. But yeah, I'm so glad I checked.
Halloween, but.
Thanks, y'all.
But they do look like
yeah, so I got the blue.
They look like the
I love.
Now,
I also just love this wash. I love this wash. So I might go back and check out some other stuff.
The point is to try to get people to buy this, right?
Well, yeah, I
Ladies?
love the dresses from The Shining as well as this dress very much.
Let me
shout out
obviously
Hila
not the same, but they are
for
both
making
amazing.
more.
Shining sisters holding hands.
Okay, so yeah, shout out Hila for maybe they made more plus size, or maybe the big girls just aren't that interested in this dress, but I am. I'm gonna wear the F-U-C-K out of that dress every single day. Not every single day, but I love a t-shirt dress. I have several that I like rotate through in the summer. And then they just become like a muumuu when they're worn out. It's amazing. Yay, we got it. Okay, so there was that. Oh, okay. And then I mean, let's get to the real news here. Breaking news. Mike from PA just got fucking banned. Just got banned on Twitch, everybody. So this was posted, let's see what time. All right, so this was posted 8:22, so like 2 hours ago. It was official. Oh, why is this not showing up? Oh, duh, there we go. It was official that Mike from PA got the ban hammer from Twitch. Now, I'm not going to say that I can take credit for this, but Ethan did share my tweet about it. So, yeah. And also, this clip came down pretty quickly, so I am so glad that I screen recorded it. I am so glad that I screen recorded it. We are not sure what the length of the ban is going to be, but we do have... Where is the other little bit? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we know that he was banned. And then we also have this information, which I think is interesting. This streamerbans.com. I don't know who runs this or how accurate it is, but it seems pretty objective. Am I wrong by saying that? Ethan, if you're watching, hi, girly. Open hand fist emoji, closed hand fist emoji. Open hand fist emoji, closed hand fist emoji. So yeah, I don't know if this is like an objective site. I feel like it is, but I don't know. It's just data scraping. Perfect. Thanks, Froggy Fresh. Okay, so he's had 5 total bans. 2 hours ago was when it happened, and his longest ban was 2 weeks. And that was in December of 2020. So it's been a long time since he's had a considerable ban. The most recent one was only for 3 days, and that was November 2024. I have no idea what that one is about. I don't really care to look into it. Why is everyone saying hi, Ethan? But yeah, so I don't know how long this one is going to last for. I would hope that it would last for a while, seeing as he literally said Jewishness is a demonic ethnicity and has been trying to backpedal about that, right? Like he's been trying to say, I meant Zionism. But I mean, it would have been more believable if you said Israeli isn't an ethnicity. But he did really mean that being Jewish is not an ethnicity. Because then he was like, it's an ethno something else. Like he tried to make it about something else, right? Like it's an ethno religion. Like just the semantic abuse is crazy, and semantic gaslighting. Like we literally heard you say with no cut at all, Jewishness is a demonic entity, right? Do we think that this is going to last? I don't know. It's been 5 years since he caught a long ban. I doubt, but I can't say I doubt. I feel like he's probably gotten more extreme since 2020, and since he only got a 3-day ban in November, I'm not confident or optimistic that he's gonna get like a 2-week ban or more. People are hoping that he gets like a 30-day ban or a perma ban, but I don't think there's any chance it's gonna be permanent. I mean, he was just talking about the Jews, so who cares? That's sarcastic. Say no more than a week. Yeah, put in your bets now, I guess. Should we do a pool? 24 hours tops. All right, well, we'll check in on this. We will check in on this for sure and see how long it takes. 3 days max. Oh, poll. Okay, we can do a poll. Let's see. Oh, let me close this one. 60% of you are animals and you would have eaten those cookies, by the way. We'll get to the Crumbl cookies in a moment. Okay. Whoa, okay. How long will Mike be banned for? Let's say, all right, we got 24. I saw 24 hours is 1 day. Let's do 3 days. It seems like 3 days is an option. 24 hours, 3 days, and then we'll do 14 days, and then we'll do 30 days. Oh, but should I do a permanent one? Do we think there's going to be a permaban? Oh, 30 plus. Great. Beautiful. I would hate to do a bad poll. Okay. Poll is up. 14 days, 24 hours. Yeah. 24 hours has plurality right now. Yeah, I don't know what it would take to get banned forever from Twitch. How do you get banned permanently on Twitch? Any unauthorized content users share on Twitch violates terms of... Okay, it seems like multiple violations may lead to a permanent suspension. So it doesn't say what exactly... Like, there doesn't seem to be a zero tolerance policy for anything, necessarily. So we'll see. All right, let's see what y'all think. 24 hours is winning. 3 days. Oh, 3 days and 24 hours is closely tied. Yeah, I think it's going to be short. I mean, I think it'll be longer than Hassan got, though. Right? Because Mike is not in the rarefied air that Hassan is. So I don't think he has the same protections. And I think this might be a way for Twitch to, like, make an example out of someone so they can be like, see? We're not anti-Semitic. So I think I would say 3 days or 14 days. Like, those would be my two options. I think 24 hours, they would have a real problem on their hands if they let him back after a day. If you read TOS, it actually says anti-Semitism is encouraged. He's done worse and let him get away with it. Yeah, I want to know what he got banned for. Let's see. Mike from PA. I want to see what he did that took him out for 2 weeks. Does anyone know? Let's see. That was 9 months ago, but how long ago is this? Inciting violence against Destiny? Maybe it was related to something with Destiny. I wish they would tell you what they got banned for. Mike from PA Twitch ban. Oh, well, it would be like Central Committee, right? The ban lasted for 14 days. The specific reasons for this particular ban are not detailed in the provided search snippets. Fuck. Well, that's dumb. Okay, so the 3-day ban recently, the one, this 3-day one, he threatened to Destiny, apparently. But this is saying that it's unclear why he was banned for 14 days. He offered like $30K for someone to take out Destiny. Okay. But no one knows what he did in 2020, violence against couches. Yeah, he threatened somebody. The racial tier list, I don't know. 2 weeks is a long time. Given that they seem to rarely ban people. So I'm interested to know what the hell he did. Michael Bayer. This is him? I didn't know his full name. Do you guys know about have you guys seen this? 2019, let's see if we can suss it out. December 2020. Maybe there's something in here. I'm totally a sex pestiny person because I'm looking at this. Just happens to be what came up. So his last appearance on the show was in March 2020, and then in December 2020, he got banned for 2 weeks. Oh, wait, there is some other stuff in here. Damn, people really... No, they don't have anything about it. Okay, that's as much as I give a shit about Mike. Was Dan Clancy still the CEO back then? Great question. Let's find out. See him a LinkedIn? He probably has a LinkedIn. He is a visionary. Shut the fuck up. Daniel Clancy, I'm the CEO of Twitch. He's been here for 6 years. Yeah, he was still the CEO. He was a president. Oh, at the time he was the president of Twitch Interactive. So he wasn't the CEO, but he was working there. Okay. All right. Well, whatever. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out if it's long enough. But it looks like y'all think it's either going to be a day or 1 day or 3 days. And we'll check back in on this on Friday and see if he is still banned. Oh, speaking of Friday, I have my schedule is going to be a little truncated because my wife's family, her parents are coming to town. Let me just see what we have planned for Friday, because I might not be doing an episode, which I don't always do, but I try to if I'm around. Friday. Yeah, I probably won't do one on Friday. So yeah, okay. Well, we'll check in. I'll post on YouTube in my posts if we see anything, and you can also follow me on Twitter. Okay. So that is Mike from PA. I mean, I loved the episode today. The jokes were flying. Shout out to Zach for his matzo ball soup joke that I feel like got a little bit lost in all the Mike from PA talk. He was like, oh, matzo ball soup, burn your tongue. I loved that. I loved the face swap thing. I loved when Ethan said that Mike from PA hates Jewish people because he looks like the amalgamation of two of them. And that he's probably been called Jewish his whole life and he hates it. It was so great. And then we did get like a kind of serious moment where AB went off, and I loved this because AB has a special place in his heart
like
for Mr. Mike from PA. Because Mike has been so gross to him specifically, right? So here's what AB had to say about Mike from PA.
We're fine.
Team is blossoming. So I'm calling it now. Not that it needs to be called because it's so obvious. He's stuck.
Did Ethan say Keem is blossoming? I need to rewind that. I didn't catch that the first time. All right, let's hear it.
We're
maybe
fine.
4. You know
fine.
what? I'm being mean. That's like a 5 out of 10.
We're fine.
Team is blossoming. So I'm calling now. Not that it needs to be called because it's so obvious. He's stuffing his whole response with all this stuff that.
Hang on a second, Mike. Are you thirsting for Frogan? Which is totally fine. This is just a weird place to do it. My partner is very Jewish looking and has been mistaken for a Jew, so it's a common household joke here. So when I told my partner Mike was probably in the same boat, we cackled so hard. It's so good.
No one is disagreeing with to say that when we call him out for this, for him to say, oh, they have a problem with me defending Palestine when it's not that at all. It's about you saying.
Here you are attacking pro-Palestine creators. Yeah. Tisk, tisk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sick of fucking people like him. I'm sick of people like Bad and Panada fucking using this fucking conflict for themselves.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah, 100,000%. Right? They're shielding. They're using the conflict as a shield for their bad behavior. Right? Like, well, you can't criticize me. I'm pro-Palestine. If you criticize me, that makes you a Zionist. It's really dumb. I got a little annoyed when Ethan cut Olivia off. It's gonna happen. Ethan cuts people off. I will say, like, I think it's ADHD potentially with him, because I am the same way where I feel like if I don't say it immediately, I will forget. And so I cut my wife off a lot, and I work so hard to not, but sometimes I just get on a roll. If she's telling me a long story, I have to keep cutting her off because I don't want to forget what I'm going to say. ADH3, yes. Wait, hold on one second. Do you rub your eyes a lot in the morning when you wake up? The salts that make up the eye crust might cut the iris. Not sure if I mentioned it or meant to. Oh, is this about my cornea thing? Throwback, if so. I was more annoyed with Ethan when he suggested bringing Jimmy back recently. Yeah, me too. And I think, obviously that's stupid, right? And he was definitely taken to task by the crew for that, and that is great. Ethan has a terrible memory, right? Like really, really, really bad short-term memory. I have learned over watching him for so long. So yeah, it was stupid. And even I, like, on my couch was like, no, right? Like, it was a really serious thing that happened. There was a moment where they were watching Jimmy on like some other podcast, and he was like, I miss Jimmy. Right? And he's like, we should bring him back. And at that point, everyone was already like, no, no, no. So I think he was like playing into the bit. But of course, like the snarkers really took that. And I fucking called it on the last stream. On the last stream, when I was talking about Hassan's response to his friend being a creep, which I called very good. I liked his response a lot. I said, if something like this came out now about Ethan's friend, everyone would be saying that Ethan was like grooming these people for his friend and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, honestly, if the Jimmy Lee thing happened today, that's what they would say. Guess what? They are saying it. They are saying it. They were saying it to me on Twitter. And this shit happened like months and months ago, right? They're like, oh, Ethan was, you know, prepping these people for Jimmy and giving him access to these women. I was like, God, I fucking called it. Y'all are so predictable. Y'all are so predictable. I made a Hassan Mike from PA meme, but I don't know if it makes sense because I'm weed chatting. Okay, can you send it to me somewhere and I'll show it? Maybe? Taking them to Klein Island. Yeah, he stole them. He stole them for Klein Island. Oh my God. All right, yeah, so great jokes. Loved AB saying we don't need representatives like this. And that's what I've been thinking about, like, this last couple of weeks where it's just been like one dude after the next in Hassan's orbit that have been coming out, that have been outed as turds, right? Like just outed as sex pests, which is like a British word that I've never heard until I got on Twitter and all of like Hassan's people use that term because he does. That's like, is anyone else like thinking like that's like specifically like a British term? But anyway, like what I've been thinking is like there has to be better than this, right? There have to be representatives for this cause, for the leftist cause in general, that aren't total douchebags. And that maybe not me, because I have not been involved in this, but maybe the online left has gotten a little lax in how they vet the cishet white men that they let take center stage. Afterward, let me see, because I've only heard it before the whole sex pestiny thing. I only heard British people use it. A person who sexually harasses or assaults other people. Yeah, Ask a Brit. Look, it's on fucking Ask a Brit. Hang on. I've heard this used as an insult or description of a person used by Brits on podcasts and such. So yeah, it's definitely of British origin. And so I was like, why are we using that? Like, because we say like a creep, right? Or like I don't know what we would say. but it makes sense. So yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. I think we deserve better. If you consider yourself a leftist or someone on the left, I just feel like we deserve better. You know? And then came the cookie debacle, right? Where the crew was worried that these mystery cookies might be poisoned because of how horrible things have been with stalkers and skulls getting mailed to Ethan's house and all of that. And I just think it's so vile that they had to even be worried about that was their first thought, you know? That really fucking sucks. But I will say, looking at the poll, I think it was like 60% of y'all said you would have eaten the cookies. I wouldn't have, and here's why. Crumbl cookies are not good. They are not good. They are not good cookies. And I'm not like a snob where I'm like, only... This is Julius, by the way. Can you be cool? He's such an orange cat, it's not even funny. Oh, Bubba. Sometimes you like a snuggle. Oh, he's purring. He's purring. Hang on, he's purring. Cat with a microphone. What do you have to say? Can you hear him? Can you hear him? Good job, Juju. Okay. Okay, you did hear him. Yay! All they do is talk about cats. Oh, you're being so nice. You're being so nice. He's usually running around. I'm sure he'll leave soon. But yeah, so I think Crumbl cookies are not good. And I'm not a snob who thinks that, like, no manufactured cookies are good. But that's like, they don't taste like anything. They're not sweet. They don't have any, like, dimensions. Like, would it kill them to throw a little flaky sea salt on something? They're just big. I feel like, oh, little kitty cat. I feel like they're just like such the, they're so, they're like so like such a good example of like American food where it's like, it's just good because it's big. And that it like they look good for like the internet.
You've got mail.
Alex _the_fiction gave $5. The grocery store cookies hit way harder than any Crumbl cookie I have ever had. My faves are the soft white sugar cookies. Raised hand emoji, raised fist emoji, raised hand emoji, raised fist emoji, raised hand emoji.
Oh, it gave up. Thank you, Alex. My wife loves those soft ones. She's I had to learn how to bake them for her. Well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to, and I did. So yeah, those are not my favorite. I will tell you my two favorites. Oh shit. Yeah, they just don't. To me, they don't taste like anything. And I'm not someone who loves like super sweet stuff. They just kind of taste like flour, and like to me they don't taste like anything good. All right, so these are my favorite. Juju, you're sitting literally in front of my screen. Like, what are we doing? How am I supposed to see my cookies? You little shit. Hang on, everyone. It's coming. Oh, these fucking cookies, yo. These bros. The Tate's Bake Shop chocolate chip cookies. To me, these taste the most like just like a homemade chocolate chip cookie. I'm a fan of crispier cookies, like I think it's like a higher butter content. These are so good. I could just eat the whole thing. So Tate's cookies, I love. The other one that I love, I've only had recently. And I was so pleasantly surprised by them. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Like, if you haven't had these and you like nuts in your cookie, any fucking day now, computer. I love like a cookie with tons of stuff in it. So I am obsessed with these. The Pepperidge Farm Chesapeake Dark Chocolate Pecan. These are my favorite right now. I want those nuts in my cookie. These are so good. Milanos are also delicious, and I love the dark chocolate. But yeah, these, I was like, holy shit, like these are really good. It wasn't just like a, yeah, I'm gonna eat these because they're cookies and I want something sweet. I was like impressed by them because my favorite cookie to make is oatmeal chocolate chip pecan. I love an oatmeal cookie, and I love the nuts and the dark chocolate in it. Leclerc cookies, never heard of them. Panera kitchen sink cookie. I've seen that, but I've never had it. Andrew Tate's cookies make me a misogynist when I eat them. So yeah. See, I like oatmeal raisin. I'll like eat an oatmeal raisin, but usually if I'm making them, I'm not putting raisins in them. I like oatmeal, dark chocolate, pecan, flaky sea salt on top when they're still warm. That's my shit. That's my shit. Ooh, a baking stream.
You got mail.
Tulia Time gave $2.
Thank you, Tulia. Thank you, Tulia. I appreciate you. I would love to do a baking stream. My kitchen is like not set up well for baking, like a stream kind of thing. Everything's kind of disjointed. But maybe I'll be able to figure something out when we get to members level. I can figure out like a way to do that. Like our outlets are in terrible places. We live in an old house. I would like us to buy a new house. We're like kind of looking to do that. So maybe sooner than later. Bitch, a chip witch. I got them in my freezer right now. And they have to be like the chip witch with the little tiny chocolate chips. Might be having one after this now that you mention it. Okay, so there's all that. About the cookies. Yeah, like I would not have been tempted by the Crumbl cookies because I literally have always just taken a bite and then been like, why did we get these? But I think it's really, really sweet that Dad sent 2 boxes. So I'm hoping that there's like conversations happening between them. Like maybe something's going on. Maybe Dad's going to come on. Who knows?
Alex_the_fiction gave $2. Hot take. I DNT like when baked goods have topping.
I'm the same way. I like mine pretty straight up. Someone asked what a chip witch is. Girl, give me a second. I will show you. Get you one of these, cat. It has to be the Chip Witch brand, okay? Oh my God, they're so good. All right, one sec. Let me pull this up here. Yep, there she is. Chip Witch. Frozen ice cream sandwich with chocolate chips. The chocolate chip cookies are good. The teeny little chocolate chips are amazing. And yeah, this is just the best one. Get it, put them in your freezer, take it out, let it soften just a little bit. And it is so good. I feel like we used to have these in like, maybe like in the cafeteria at school. Like I like remembered them only recently. And so now I always have them. This and Italian ice. Those are 2 things that are always in my freezer for sure. Chip Witch and Italian ice. It's like, I don't really like ice cream a ton. Not a huge ice cream person, but I will do a Chip Witch or any flavor Italian ice. Hell yeah, Luigi's, 100%. 100%. All right, let me clean up some of this shit that we got here. Ethan, we'll leave Ethan up because we always know we're going to check Ethan before we close out for the day. We did that, I think. The fuck is this? Oh, okay. That's for Love Island. We did that. Okay, and then that's for Mr. Lolo. We're coming for you, Lolo. We learned a couple of things during the cookie Crumbl, or the Crumbl's cookie, whatever the fuck, segment. One, we learned that Ethan says nibbling as nimbling. That was something I had not heard before. When he said I did a little safety nimble, I was like, what? What what little nimble? We're not talking about Shobahu. We will check in on him later. But I was like, that's cute. I had never noticed that he said it that way. Also, we learned that if you are going to poison Ethan in the future, a cookie is definitely the right vehicle, but make sure you put the poison along the edges and definitely in the candies on top. Because he's just in there just picking away, doing his little nimbles, you know? He was hilarious today with his pronunciation of so many words. Everybody was so funny today. AB's joke about the couch. He's like, he hates couches because once he's down, he's down. And I will say this, okay? I was trying to find, when I was making the Rising Star Award before he got banned from Twitch, because I was going to say that he got this award because they, hate Jews. I couldn't find a picture of him standing up anytime recently. Like, could not find one. This is the most you see of him, like, ever. The only pictures of him, like, fully standing up were from years and years ago. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But also, as a fat bitch, I also understand. I think I know what you're doing, sir. I think you're. It's like on sitcoms when there's like a pregnant character and they give her lots of giant bags, you know? Also, cut your hair, man. Like, you would feel so much better if you cut your hair. I say that as someone who definitely needs to get her hair cut, and I will be going soon. Okay. I want to say it to y'all because I know you're all big H3 fans. If you're in the LA area, you better be cool and not gross and not overly thirsty should you happen to run into Casey during his security job at Catch. Okay? As soon as I heard Ethan shout out where Casey works in the evenings, I'm guessing as like a bouncer or whatever, I was like, y'all better be cool. Don't be like throwing panties or something at him, okay? He's safe from me. Don't be weird. You took a selfie with Casey? You really did? I know, I can't believe they shouted him out. Like, so just be cool if you go there. Just be cool. I was shouting at my TV and crying, yeah. Oh, at the sample sale, cool. Yeah, my thoughts on Casey are he seems like a really nice, genuine guy, and also I don't want to know who he voted for. That's the vibe I get. None of my business. None of my business. I don't know. Couldn't know. Couldn't possibly know. Have no idea. Hi, Naomi. Yeah, that's just what we're going to go with. I don't need to know. Don't need to know. Don't need Ethan asking him questions. Ethan, please don't ask him any questions. Just let him do his job. Just let him do his job. I think he probably has the decal, if he has a truck, he has like the decal that covers the whole back window, and it's the American flag, and the Pledge of Allegiance is like in cursive is the stripes. No, I don't think he's a truck nuts guy. I think he just loves his country, you know? That's what I feel like. I don't think the thin blue line. We don't know, right? We don't know. We just don't know. Yeah, I don't think he's Punisher, but listen, I know someone who is a Democrat who has that on the back of their truck. My friend Jess started dating this guy, Joe, when she was actually living with us. Like, we have an extra like apartment, and so she was living with us after a very bad breakup, and she starts dating this guy, and she really likes him, and she thinks he's really nice, and so she's like, come meet us, we're at the brewery, I want you guys to like meet him, right? Because Liz and I have been together a long time. We were sort of a little bit counseling her, and she admits this too, where we would be like, okay, well, how was the date? Was he nice? Blah, 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 right? Like talking about some of these guys that she was bringing through, right? Kind of like being her parents. So she's like, I want you guys to meet him because I do really like him. And we're like, all right, well, the lesbians will roll up and we'll give you the litmus test, right? So we get to the brewery and we go inside. And my wife, like, did she go to the bathroom? Like, she went somewhere, or she went to the car to get something. And she texts me from the car. And she says, he has the Pledge of Allegiance decal on his back truck window. And I was like, fuck. He's a Republican. I was so mad because he was so nice, right? And so, like, that night, we went home, and I texted Jess, and I was like, because she was like, what do you guys think? I was like, look, girl, you're going to do what you do. He seems okay, but he also is a Republican. I'm sorry to tell you that. And I was like so definite with her. I was like, he's definitely a Republican. And so Jess, like in that moment, because she was like still with him, she turns to Joe and she's like, are you a Republican? And he was like, no. She's like, my friends say that you're a Republican. Why would they say that? And he's like, I don't know. I'm not. And then Jess was like, he says he's not a Republican. I was like, oh my God, he's there right now. And then Liz and I texted back and we're like, well, he has this on his car. He's like, I just love America. And he does. They are now married. They're very sweet. He's one of the few straight men that I like allow in my life. He is a wonderful guy. He is definitely not a Trumper. We talk about how terrible Trump is all the time. So like he is one of like the few. This guy who just loves America so much. It was a close one, yeah. Yeah, it was a close one. It was so funny. We still talk about it. I'm like, hey Joe, remember when I thought you were a Republican and I told Jess to dump you? So that, yeah, they're married. They have 2 kids. Like they're very happy and very much not Republicans. So there's that. Oh my God. Okay, so let's talk about, okay. Let's talk about Love Island. Okay, so my first thought when it came to Love Island, let me end this poll because we have another poll coming, was, oh, well, JaNa and Kenny are on this new show, so whatever's happening is for promo, right? I thought it was going to be some kind of scandal and that they were going to, like, I don't know, like, it was just all to hype up this new show, which seems terrible on its face, right? But JaNa is one of the darlings of season 6 for sure. She and one of the blonde girls from the season are on like all the commercials for Love Island 7 if you see them in the middle of the episodes on Peacock, right? But then when we found out what it actually is that he did, I can't even, I am just like beside myself. I cannot believe that someone would do that. It's so disgusting. So gross. Yeah, so I said, Kenny, what the fuck? Like literally what the fuck? And I wanted us to do a little polly poll about checking your partner's phone. Okay? Because this person, all right, this is the Liv thing. I think Liv comes first. All right, let's talk about Liv first. So Liv is another one of the blonde girls that was on season 6. She's Australian. My wife and I think that she's gay and maybe just hasn't figured it out yet. Because she did not really click with any of the guys and she was just kind of like like cucking them the whole time. Like she was very much like, shut up, bro, and just like talking shit to them. Oh, I'd love a queer Love Island. I don't know how they would structure it, but they would figure it out. So yeah, so Liv, this just to me confirms that this bitch just should be dating a woman. The stuff that she said is crazy.
Right.
So here's what Liv said.
After Liv posted.
Oh, wait.
Then JaNa's sister posted on her.
All right, let's rewind.
ChatGPT said yes.
It did give me ChatGPT vibes.
Okay.
What did he do?
I don't think it happened at...
After Liv posted.
All right, Liv's back. Sorry.
Girl, her name's Liv.
Don't you guys love that I have YouTube Premium
So
yet?
now I'm going to show you. You don't know this girl. Her name's Liv. She's from season 6 as well.
Oh, all bi pan people. It would just be a fucking free for all. Be amazing. Thanks, Barnabas. That black woman they were talking about is stunning though. Oh, JaNa is gorgeous and so sweet. So freaking sweet. All right, so here's Liv. Here is who I think is probably a lesbian. Just the way she talked to the men, I was like, she doesn't want to fuck these guys.
She also rides hard for her girls, and she posted a screenshot of Kenny's story, and she wrote, "Your pathetic excuse for a story is laughable. I can't even put into words how good of a person Nene is and how hard it is to watch her go through something like this. At Kenny Rodriguez, I hope this gives you the clout you always wanted, you fucking loser."
You fucking loser. I'm like, I would say that shit. I would say that shit to a man. Like, she just didn't hold back at all. So that just continues to solidify for me that Liv might be family, as we call her. Yeah, she just went fucking hard on him. Like, you're a fucking little bitch, baby. All right, so then now we have.
Okay.
Liv, I got a question.
Hang on.
Necessarily.
What's
A sister posted on her story. All right. After Liv posted,
There's
then
the
Janae's
sister. Where the fuck is Charmaine?
Rallying behind her.
Yeah.
We're gonna get more clear answers in this story.
Okay,
My
here it is. Here it
advice-
is. Here it is. Here is her friend Charmaine. I don't know who Charmaine is, but I love her. Okay? I love her for this.
This is Charmaine, Janae's friend.
I was like, this is the kind of shit I would post if this happened to my best friend. And I will tell you a story. I have a story time where I did this to someone who did this similar thing to my best friend. She's gonna be so mad that I told you, but I'm not gonna tell you who it is.
Friend. And she posted her story. My advice for women in relationships: if you have access, go through your man's phone today.
That is
Search-
not good advice.
Right.
Right.
Search keywords. Listen. Search the keywords like, "I don't like black women. I thought I would get more money from this. I'm faking this relationship. Going on the show would be for clout. I can't wait to be done with this so I can fuck hella bitches. You'll thank me later. P.S. Never spare a man. Dog them out, baby
Okay,
girl."
hold on. Who wrote
Dog
this?
him out.
This is one of Janae's good friends, and she is saying pretty much that Janae read on
I
Kenny's
don't
phone.
like black women.
Yes.
Kenny is a piece of shit for that. But shout out to Charmaine for just like, obviously, I don't know if she actually believes you should go through your partner's phone, but she just said that, you know, as like as a device, as a conceit to tell us what JaNa found in that phone. I can't believe that shit, except I can. Seeing the show today, I was like, he looks different. If you go through your partner's phone, the relationship should be over by that point. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you are suspecting something to that degree where you don't trust them, don't be in relationships with people you don't trust. Like, people think that trust is like earned over time. And that's like kind of true, but also you can't be in a relationship with someone you don't trust. At some point, it's a decision, right? You make a decision to get past something, to forgive them, to trust them just in general if they haven't done anything, right? Wait, why is it a bad poll? The more I listen to this show, the more I think I should start watching Love Island. Oh, it's a blast. I would say start with the UK and go back to the first ones. They were messy. It was like such a low budget show at that point. It was so good. There are caveats. Yeah, I'm sure there are. But yeah, okay, so let me tell you about my Charmaine situation. So my friend and I were hanging out, and she was... No, you know what? I can't tell this story. Never mind. Maybe I'll do it for members. It's, yeah, I can't tell this story. Shout out to me for shutting my fucking mouth. Oops, I almost did a real bad thing. No, I almost did a real bad thing. Oh, oof, God. I see how people stick their fucking foot in their mouth on the internet, let me tell you. Oh, and what I wanted to say was, in addition to everything I've already said about this, I am not surprised that Ariana like immediately unfollowed him, because she also found out about her boyfriend being a scumbag by going through his phone or finding his phone at a party, right? So like if this did all break down at David Dobrik's house, which is like crazy to me, I totally understand that. I do need a button. I do need a button. That was really bad. I gotta tell her about that tomorrow. Anyway, Oh, and then I wanted to look this up because I didn't know the exact root when they were talking about the watermelon stereotype, like how, oh, all black people like watermelon. I was like, I know it's racist, but I don't know where it comes from, right? So I looked it up. So the watermelon stereotype is an anti-black racist trope originating from the southern United States. It first arose as a backlash against African-American emancipation and economic self-sufficiency in the late 1860s. After the American Civil War, in several areas of the South, former slaves grew watermelon on their land as a cash crop to sell. Thus, for African Americans, watermelons were a symbol of liberation and self-reliance. However, for many in the white culture, watermelons embodied and threatened a loss of dominance because it was like a symbol of power and capital for black Americans, formerly enslaved people. Southern white resentment against African Americans led to politically potent cultural caricature, using the watermelon to disparage African Americans as childish and unclean, among other negative attributes. So the first was published in 1869. That's like right after the Civil War. Yeah. Ooh, sorry, everybody. Defenders of slavery used to portray Americans as simple-minded people who were happy when provided with watermelon and a little rest. So like here's the caricature. I so happy. Like just so racist. Do they have other ones in here? Oh, here are some people selling watermelon. That doesn't seem... I mean, maybe the actual faces are more racist. Almost certainly. Yeah. But it's not as, like... It's not to the degree that the other one is. Okay, let's see what else we got. Yeah, I mean, just totally racist. Racist. Okay, we don't need to look at any more of those. So yeah, that's where it comes from. So if you were wondering, like I was, like what the actual root of it is, that's what it is. 10K for the button. Who doesn't like fried chicken? Well, and that's the other thing is that that was like one of the only foods that enslaved people could like had ready access to because there were chickens running around, right, on these farms all the time. So the yard birds became a staple of their diet, and so then that was just seen as like slave food, right? Yeah, the pics are horrible. Ethan loves that Dave Chappelle special. Listen, I was such a huge Chappelle fan. Like, I was devastated by the Cosby shit. The Chappelle, not like the Chappelle thing wounded me so deep. I have like his entire show memorized. I had like several of his specials essentially memorized. Like, that shit fucking sucks. He's such an asshole. Oh, Lord. We did also get a camping trip update, which is so exciting. So here's the update. I think this was during a break when Ethan wasn't around, and you can see Dan kind of like whispering, hoping that Ethan won't hear him over his pooping.
Enough of all this. By the way, just quick shout out to everybody who did their part going and posting on the subreddit about the camping trip.
Thank you, everybody. Keep it going. Keep it coming.
Did message late at night the other night and said, what the hell is going on the subreddit with all these camping posts? Nobody acknowledged it in the chat. We all just pushed it over.
Somebody explain it, because I was like, what did I miss?
While he was in the bathroom the other day, somebody asked in a super chat.
No male face.
Like a camping thing. And I said, absolutely, but Ethan's the person we got to convince.
Mm-hmm.
You can help convince him if you like really hype it up on the subreddit, because when he sees stuff on the subreddit all the time, he'll like think it's his idea and send it to us. Be like,
Okay, so it seems like we're like 1 to 2 steps away from Ethan thinking the camping thing was his idea. So I thought that we should have a round of free idea where we talk about some ideas that they can use on the camping trip, right? So if you have fun games that you think that the crew should play, different challenges you want them to do, throw them in the chat. I'm going to share the ones that I came up with. Shout out to my hamper. Okay, so obviously they need to bury someone like Boogie, and I think that that should be the loser of one of the challenges. I think that they should do a tent assembly challenge. Like whoever can build the tent the fastest wins. Whoever loses it gets buried like Boogie did. And it could be done in pairs where the builder is blindfolded and the other person, the partner, is reading them the instructions. Oh my God, drunk manhunt. Do you want people to die? Ghost stories for sure. But yeah, so I think that that would be really fun to do a tent building competition. Even if they don't like go camping, which I hope they do, this is stuff that they could also do in the office, right? But it would be really fun. So yeah, like blindfolded tent assembly, and whoever loses, the pair that loses have to get buried like Boogie. Ghost stories for sure. Chubby Bunny. We gotta have Chubby Bunny. But AB is not allowed to compete because of his tight, fuckable throat. A s'mores competition. I mean, are we going like different chocolates, different kinds or sizes of marshmallows, different grams? There's a lot of options here, and so maybe they could do like an elevated s'mores challenge. Yeah, like an Iron Chef situation where there's just like an array of stuff. They have to run and grab what they want, and they all make their own kind of s'mores. Ooh, a fire starting competition. Good one. Do I have a ghost story? I have someone else's ghost story. Can I tell that? That's like the only one I have. I mean, I guess I have one that's like kind of sad. Kayak race. Love a kayak race. One match allowed for building a fire. Yeah, Zach singing songs. I love that. I would also love if they had like a wildlife expert come out to talk about like bear and cougar safety and practicing what to do if like a mountain lion comes onto the campsite or if a bear does. What's it called where you're running in place on the log in the water? Is it like a log? What is that called? Is it log rolling? Yeah, log rolling. You will break an ankle that way. I feel like that's a one-way ticket to like David Dobrik land. We won't be doing anything like that. Log jamming. Hide and seek in the woods. Oh my God. They could do like a Blair Witch cold open for it. But yeah, these are all great free ideas for anyone in the crew who sees this. No cranes. No cranes allowed. No cranes. Not even in the park with a crane. Plant identification. That's a good one. Yeah, but people might fucking... Don't eat anything. Don't eat anything out there. We are a think tank. I love this. We're not doing spin the bottle at a work trip. Oh, bird calls would be fun. Is it being done? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Wait, what does this say? What does this say? Did that work? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? It's saying the stream is healthy now. I do not know what just happened. At all. Unclear what that was. Hi! Okay, so those are the free ideas for camping. Lots of stuff there to talk about. And then we have... I just loved this moment. This is when they were talking about that stupid Fox News thing where the guy's like, hey, Nazi, hey, my Nazi, what's up? Dan said something that made me laugh so hard, and I was wondering if y'all caught it. All right, listen for Dan.
Why the criticism doesn't matter to us when you call us Nazis, Nazi this, Nazi that. You know, I'm beginning to think they don't like us. You know what? I've said this before. We need to learn from the blacks. The way they were able to remove the...
You hear how he hit that?
Did you hear how he hit that? Wait, it gets better.
You can always tell by how they hit that word.
Damn.
When they overemphasize.
So much stank on that.
You want to run that?
So much stank on that. I love Dan so much. They did put a lot of stank. He put a lot of stank on that. The blacks. If you have ever met someone that says the blacks, as soon as someone says that, I know all I need to know. I know all I need to know. The B was a very explosive B for sure. The blacks. And then Dan being like, you put so much stank on that. Reminded me of Liar Liar. Oh my God. Okay, and then this lady.
That one back there got. You know what we need to learn from the blacks?
Yeah,
this is crazy.
Blacks. The way they like us. You know what? I've said this before. We need to look the black power.
Yeah.
Nazi. Hey, what up, my Nazi? Hey, what's hanging, my Nazi?
Oh, that's so gross.
Nazi, please.
Not funny.
Not so
she's.
Now, who's old enough to know who this bitch is? Because I thought I recognized her, and then when Dan said her name, I knew exactly who it was. Do y'all remember this girl? Do you remember? 21st night of September. One sec. Do you remember? She was like an icon to me because she had beautiful curly hair. Wow, these photos are so bad quality. Hang on one sec. I'm sure people are already shouting it in the chat. Yes, I loved her. Oh, that's a terrible small picture. All right, this one has Michael Jordan in it, but this is like the best picture of her. This is fucking Kennedy. A former MTV VJ. Why is this not... There we go. Former MTV VJ turned libertarian. Huge fan back in the day because there were so few people with beautiful curly hair that actually like kept it curly. The flattening of her curls took away her powers, yeah. So here she is, just serving looks back in the 90s. Sadly, she has turned into this bitch. This Gen X Karen on Fox. Yeah, her style was amazing. She was so quirky and cool, and now she's turned into this, you know? What an absolute bummer. And she seemed so smart then, too. Ugh. Pour one out. It's like when Felicity cut off all her curls. Was she the person on the right or the left? Not sure. Not sure. So yeah, that's Kennedy. She was a VJ back in the day when MTV was really cool. Is MTV even still a thing? Is MTV still on? Look at this. Sweaty Betty. There is cold watermelon in the fridge that I am very excited to have. But we have a lot more to get through before I do that. Worry you not. R.I.P. Felicity for sure. Season 1 Felicity was like, ugh, dream. Dream! Okay, so we have a couple things. We could do a quiz about what kind of leftist you are. We could talk about LOLOverruled. Or we could talk about this Shobahu guy and the shit he said about me. I guess I'll do a poll. One second. Yeah, I think we have time for like one more little seggy here. All right. Final segment. What the fuck did I say? Oh, LOL overruled updates. Leftist quiz. Or I think it's At Last Drugged. Is that supposed to be like Atlas Shrugged? Stupid. Yeah, it's kind of a longer quiz, so it would be like a full segment. Hassan responded to the mic clip. Oh, we might have to watch that as well. I bet they got it on Twitter. Hassan purposely avoided the mic from PA clip all day. That's what this says. Multiple chatters asked him to defend it, and he said he doesn't care what he said, and that it was likely out of context. That's what Oop, there's Mike for you. Ah! Sorry for the jump scare, y'all. This is what I'm seeing on our subreddit. Let's check Twitter. The hellhole of Twitter. I don't want random Nazi shit to potentially come up. Alyssa! She's doing so well. Sorry. Shout out, just a brief lesbian tangent. Alyssa Thomas, she used to be on my team. Ooh, double doubles! 3 double doubles? She's the best. All right, let's see what's being said about Hassan. I mean, was that all he said? Is that it was a waste of time? Probably taken out of context, calling Jews demonic. Yeah, there's like nothing on here about it. I should have said lack of response. Okay, yeah. I've been following the W since Clark. Well, welcome. I hope that you have room in your heart for lots more people than Clark, because there are so many great athletes and characters in the league. Do you do streams for the members episodes? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, it's definitely going to be streams, because I hate fucking editing. I know that I don't want to do that. I want to do like watch parties, since I don't care if it's like demonetized, right? So that'll be fun. Some watch parties, some story times, some reactions to other shit that's like not H3 related, just like random things. Maybe we'll do like some crafts and things like that. I have a lot of ideas. Mike was not included in from the content op, yeah. Okay, so that's a nothing burger. We love that. I mean, that's not surprising from Hassan, right? Okay, we want the LOL overruled updates. Gotcha. Okay, let's do that. Because honestly, Shabahu, At Last Drugged, whatever, he said something about me being like Ethan's newest, smallest, biggest sycophant or whatever. But it's not even like something I would be interested in clipping, because it's not going to get any attention. So why am I going to fucking spend 30 minutes talking about him? I've learned so many players, the talent and games are quality, especially in the summer with the sports desert. Yes. Oh, you should check out Unrivaled. That's really fun. That's a really fun women's league. That's in the off season. Okay, lesbian tangent over. Let's talk about LOLOverruled. So this is the guy who has been called out by Hassan's Twitter sphere by the women who say that it seems like a lot of them, if not most of them, have had really gross interactions with him. So we have some updates. We talked about this last stream, but now apparently he has deleted his Instagram. LOLOverruled deactivated his Instagram. It's likely he did this in order to prevent the people he's harassed from screenshotting his inappropriate DMs to them, which we know he is a fan of because he used, I believe he was the one that was using the vanish mode on Instagram and maybe Snapchat or wherever he was talking to these women. So all of their conversations just disappeared because he's a fucking creep. My question is, does this guy have like a girlfriend, a partner, or anything? I know we assume that all these people are like have no one in their life, but has he been like fucking around on people? Is this the second Hassan friend to be exposed for being a sex pest? I don't know who else has. I saw a reference to a guy that he used to be friends with, but I don't know anything about that man. So I'm not sure. People keep saying like, oh, Hassan has all these SA people in his circle. I don't know if that's true. I don't know enough about Hassan or his friends to know if that's really what's going on or if this is just like the first real big one. We also have just a bunch of little tidbit updates that I compiled together. So let me grab those. Because of course this shit is just happening like all over Twitter in different directions. So I tried my best to pull it all together. So this is another person who came out who knows Alex. His real name is Alex Clavery, I think. Knows Alex in real life, or knew him. And so she said 2 days ago, so happy to finally see LOLOverruled outed as a piece of shit. He literally was angry and blocked me when I refused to have sex with him. Literally messaged me, I always get what I want. This man is a true pest. Disgusting. So it's not just talking to women in internet spaces. I believe she knows she's she's a defense attorney, like a public defender. I think she knew him in real life. Or maybe not. Maybe that was someone else. I might be wrong. I assume that's why he's been spiraling the last few months. He knew it was going to catch up to him and come out eventually. Really sorry you had to experience that. Ashley says, listen, I can empathize. Of course I can. But when I met him, oh, she did meet him. Okay. He did not seem interested in bettering himself at all, like at all. There's only so much you can do for people, especially ones who are very, very privileged. I mean, yeah, he went to like Columbia Law School apparently. So he comes from money. Of course, he feels like he's entitled to women's bodies. Alex Clavering deactivated his Instagram. Oh, we already talked about that, right? Yeah, we talked about that. And then we have this thing. All right, so this was posted by someone. I think their name was like Anonymous Meatbag or something like that. And they have several posts about LOLOverruled that either they took down or the Hassan subreddit took down. This one was one of them. Alex Clavering's co-host claims he may have threatened legal action against Reddit mods because New York law school students were coming together to share their stories about his serial harassment. So women were coming together on Reddit. Well, maybe it's not just women. To talk about what a scumbag he was. I would love to see that community. And he was going to go take legal action against Reddit mods. And I guarantee he is one of the people saying that Ethan is a scumbag for trying to ascertain the identities of the snark mods who have been harassing him and Hila. Right? Meanwhile, he's doing this shit over what? Not wanting to have sex with you? Like, you're a fucking loser. He posted another one of the DMs that got leaked, and we will get to the DMs. But that's like completely gone, like disappeared from the internet. So I don't know what that's about because this exists, right? But it says it's locked and that it was deleted by the person who posted it. But the other one I can't find anywhere, but it's in the screenshots of it are in a video. So I don't know what's happening there. All right, here's this one. Oh, okay, this is the person who worked with him. I'm sorry, this is the woman who worked with him. Now that the tide is finally shifting, I think it's worth mentioning that while Lolo was working at Legal Aid, he would constantly use his coworkers' offices, he didn't have one of his own, to film TikToks in without their permission. Like, people would come back from their lunch breaks and find this man yapping in their swivel chair. Goes without saying, he was pretty notorious for prioritizing internet fame over his clients. Also, why I always doubted his story about why he got fired from his second firm. So I guess there's a story about him getting fired that I didn't know about. I do know, like, his latest job is like, it says New York nonprofit, but it doesn't say the name of the firm or the organization at all. So that to me was kind of mysterious. Another person named Kala, I don't know who this is. Don't want to get into details, but he was weird to me too. This was all posted on the same day. Everything came out on the 28th. And I believe in her comments, it was clear that it was also about Alex. Excuse me. Okay, then Hana Katana says, you know, this is his full name. We should talk about him in his full name. And I was like, oh, I didn't know what his full name is. Let's check to make sure he's even a lawyer, like still practicing law, right? What? Hang on one sec, you guys. Oh, hang on. Maybe I did something wrong. Okay, there it is. It like timed out and I was like, what the fuck happened? Okay, so he does appear to still be registered as a lawyer, but as an attorney in New York, in the court system. But this was interesting. The detailed report above contains information that has been provided by the attorney listed, with the exception of registration status, which is generated from the OCA database. So, oh shit, there's like his email address. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I really did not mean to dox him. I'll blur that. So, it appears that he is currently registered as an attorney in New York. And I think it says like his next renewal is in like 2027, but that's all that I could find. So I guess he is still an active attorney able to practice, I guess? Hey, that show Bahu guy deleted his whole Twitter? Really? So yeah, that's that from Alex. And then we have, oh, okay, this is great. On top of, or kind of as, I think as a result of all of this stuff coming out about one of Hassan's close friends, we also have women in the leftist online community figuring out that things are not as they seem, and that there appears to be kind of a dangerous cult of personality around Hassan that might be enabling these people, right? So here is Barbie Agitprop. I don't know anything about her. I'm sure we don't agree on everything, but I will give leftist women a million more chances than leftist men. So I really liked this post here. I like Hassan just fine, but I fear my concerns about his fan base are coming true. Because, of course, what was happening in the last couple days is all of these men and also some women in Hassan's community were kind of obfuscating and trying to vilify people who were criticizing Lolo and saying that they were like falling for propaganda, or, oh, who knows if these girls are even telling the truth, like just doing classic rape culture shit, right? So here's what she said. Y'all need to decide if you are a fan of this man first and a leftist second, or the other way around. Barbie, spoiler. It's the first one. It's most certainly the first one. Because the vitriol I see around discussions of him and the intensity y'all defend him over silly things is very strange to me. Same girl, totally agree. 1000% agree. The shit that I was called today, I totally agree. It was not leftist behavior, it was like stan culture behavior, right? I'm not talking about the Lolo thing or that old video, just more generally about how I see people talk about him. I mean, you might be talking about those two things, right? Like, those are two pretty valid things. Wait, did I put that in here? Oh, I didn't put this in here. Hana also wasn't familiar with the bro tip stuff. And she was like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, girl. He has a history too. Okay. I think we just need to focus less on the guy and more on the important stuff and staying respectful to people. Totally agree. Like, let's move away from the cult of personality that keeps centering cishet white men. Seems a lot of you are struggling to read what I am saying. Of course. Of course. So you're also learning that online leftists have a reading comprehension problem. You can watch Hassan be a fan. I'm saying you need to remember the principles that even he teaches, not just blind allegiance. I think he benefits a lot from blind allegiance. I don't think he's really discouraging it at all. So that kind of feels like a principle. If he's maybe not teaching it, but he's kind of allowing it, right? And maybe enabling it. And so you just know that in the comments people are just being like willfully ignorant because we've all been there, right? We've all seen it. Okay, this is about Shabahu. Apparently this is from one of the Has Tweet people. Fucking leave Has Tweet alone. We're sick and tired of you talking about us. Go talk more about Ethan Klein 24/7 and leave Pega alone. Leave Jordan alone. Leave Little Bear alone. Leave me alone. Leave us all the fuck alone. So yeah, so that's Shobahu, I guess his name is. Hassan doesn't care about the quality of his audience. To Hassan, big number equals good. Yeah, and I mean, we saw that with Mike from PA, like, bragging about Hassan's numbers. Like, being the most popular online really is not a good measure of, like, the quality of anything you do, right? It's just how well you can capture an audience. Which I guess is a skill, but that doesn't mean your output is something that is, like, of quality, right? So there was that, and then we have Caroline Kwan, who, I mean, I've seen people talking about her and how dumb she is or whatever, but again, like, I'm gonna give the girlies a chance because I want to have a space to talk about leftist ideals and how they intersect with gender and race and sexuality and all these other things, right? Which the men don't fucking care about. They just want to talk about the economics and bloody revolutions, which none of them are actually willing to do. Okay, so here's Caroline Kwan. Here's what she had to say. There we go.
A lot of you who think that you are principled leftists are just parasocialists, okay? You are just, like, chronically online, and you're going with whatever man that you're a fan of says. And you wait until, and I know, I'm going to call your asses out. I know that there were those of you who waited to hear Hassan condemn, and that was only then when you would condemn because you are not actually principled. You are a parasocialist who gets all of your opinions from your Twitch streamer. And I am not blaming Hassan here, but I am talking about the people.
Can we stop doing that, though? Like, both Caroline and Barbie said, I like Hassan, and I'm not talking about his old video. Like, why do we need to qualify it? And in any other situation, of course, these women would say, attitude reflects leadership. And the fish rots from the head, right? And all those other things that talk about the fact that whoever is at the top is responsible. Like, that's kind of a leftist ideal, right? Is to, like, be hypercritical of people in charge. Yeah, I love parasocialist. I think that that's great. But, like, the fact that both of these women felt like they had to, like, hedge like that, and I'm sure they don't even realize that they did it, or they don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that's weird. Because maybe Hassan does deserve a little criticism for what has been festering in his audience, right? And not even just in his audience, in his fucking friend group. So let's finish this out.
Who are living in these very narrow worlds where you don't listen to queer people, you don't listen to women, you don't diversify your sources. And so when
that's literally Hassan, though. Like, it is a problem. It is a problem that he is helping. or not helping, he's exacerbating.
When this shit happens, you are no different than the people on the right who you think you are superior to.
Mm-hmm. Horseshoe theory, baby. Horseshoe theory. So the girls are waking up, and I love that. And I have to remind myself that these people are a lot younger than me, I imagine. At least some of these people. So part of me was like, oh, wow, like, way to finally figure it out. But then it's like, they're growing up, and they're figuring things out, and, like, consciousness raising doesn't happen overnight. Like, it usually takes being deeply disappointed by several men or the systems that protect men for a lot of women to wake up. Like, it has to happen to them personally, right? So I get it. And that's why I'm glad that she said something. At the end of the day, I wish she hadn't hedged and absolved Hassan from any sort of responsibility here. But it's a start. You know, and I'm not saying that Hassan needs to be like run off the internet, but I do think that the person in charge, the person who is running and housing this audience and teaching them how to interact in his spaces, at least, I think he deserves some criticism. Like, how much do these snarkers blame Ethan for? Because he is in charge of the show, right? Yeah, if the roles were reversed, they'd be dunking on Ethan. Exactly. And that makes sense. Right? I can't understand women who still support Hassan at this point. I mean, to me, they're still waking up. They're still figuring things out. All right, and then I saw this. I think this is Pegasus. This just this cracked me up. I don't know why I thought this was so funny today, but this is about Lolo, and it's just like a perfect. It's like a perfect depiction of these men who've learned therapy speak and feminist language, and they use it to manipulate women. And control women and coerce women. So here we go. And of course, this person is it's very dumb language, but it made me giggle. So here we go.
Another girl coming out with allegations, SpongeBob banner, by the way, based. So happy to finally see LOLOverruled
So we saw
outed
this.
as a piece of shit. He literally was angry and blocked me when I refused to have freak with him. Literally messaged me, I always get what I want. This man is a true pest. How many people are coming out with this, bruh? Dude, how is it every single time? How many instances, how many more examples do I need to give you that every Hassan orbiter is an absolute freak? And dude, every time it's these feminist ass men like, oh, well, actually, girls, I'm one of the good guys, you know? I'm very liberal. I'm actually very LGBT supportive, you know? My star sign is whatever your star sign is, actually. You tell me first, you know? It's the same one. By the way, I got you some crystals. Please sleep with me, please. I'll do anything. I assume that's why he's been spiraling.
Oh, I just love that. My star sign is whatever your star sign is. It's so fucking true. This is exactly who he is.
Time it's these feminist ass men like, oh, well, actually, girls, I'm one of the good guys, you know? I'm very liberal. I'm actually very LGBT supportive, you know? My star sign is whatever your star sign is, actually. You tell me first, you know? It's the same one.
You tell me first. It's the same one. I just thought that was funny because that is exactly like this new... It's like this new version of men, right? This new version of toxic men is the ones who pretend that they're healed and use like evolved language to manipulate women. I blame people like Valkyrie and Pokimane and Ludwig for giving Hassan a platform to funnel in viewers to be radicalized into anti-Semitism and supporting terrorism. Yeah, I don't know whose fault it is. Like, I don't know. I think it's a lot. I think there's a lot of structures at play that are responsible for this. Yeah, so I'm excited to see that the leftist girlies are speaking out. I do see people that are blaming Hassan, saying that he must have known that his friend was doing this, which isn't always the case, right? Like, creeps get really good at being creeps, and they know how to hide things because they know what they're doing is fucked up. So I will say, I don't know enough to say for sure whether or not Hassan knew what this guy was doing and was like serving his audience to him. I really don't think that was the case. But I think that Hassan says and does a lot of irresponsible shit, but I don't think that he would actively keep a sex pest in his community for several reasons, right? Like, I'm not going to assume that deep down Hassan doesn't have like some moral center, right? I mean, and that's obviously, we can debate that, but I just don't think that he would want that close to him for multiple reasons. One, moral reasons. Two, bad for your brand, right? Bad for the look. And he's very much about optics. What I do think is that Alex, LOL Overruled, is very good at publicly glazing Hassan, right? We saw that weird essay interview he wrote that was like just legit Hassan propaganda. And I think because of that, because he was useful to the optics around Hassan, to Hassan's ego, I think that Hassan's radar for him being a creep might have been clouded. And he wasn't able to see through the facade in the way that women were, because he didn't have one with them. Like, from what I've seen, from what I've experienced, men tend to already have a blind spot for their friends. I think we all have a blind spot for our friends, right? But specifically, when it comes to how men treat women, a lot of men seem to have a blind spot. And so this coupled with the fact that there were a lot of benefits Hassan potentially received from keeping Alex close, for having him running defense for him out in public, so he didn't have to, right? Hands clean. These people are just saying what they want. Writing nice things about him, generally like sucking up and idolizing him, like those benefits, plus a potential blind spot when it's a friend of ours. I think those come together to make it hard for him to discern what was going on. I think Hassan enjoyed the adulation and the attention. Who wouldn't? But it did cloud his judgment on Alex as a person overall. So that is how I feel about it. Wasn't he who Hassan called when he was detained? Probably. I mean, he is an attorney. I have like one male friend and I can't stand the company of dudes. Women are so much more fun to talk to. Oh my God, it's so true. So true. So yeah, like I'm glad that this is coming out. I hope that it leads to, like I've said, like a mini reckoning about leftist spaces online. I think that those just need to keep happening, right? It's not something that happens once and then goes away. It's going to bubble up and things are going to happen. And we can see now that women are saying as they come out, now that the tide is turning, now that more people are talking about it, I'm so glad to see that the narrative has changed about him. Like, women feel more comfortable coming out as more women do it. So I don't think that we have heard the last allegations about Alex. And I don't think we've heard the worst. Because so far, it's all just been sex pesty stuff. But I wonder about his actual relationships, if he's actually had any. I fat love feminism. I love that. We should put that on a shirt. So yeah, I don't think it's the last or the worst we're going to hear from Alex. I don't think it's the last leftist man that's going to get exposed. I think we're going to keep, there's stuff that's going to keep tumbling out. There was some other guy, what the hell was his name? Oh my God, Borg posting? Oh, that's already gone. There was like another guy that people were talking about. And then of course there was this at last drugged guy who is also being accused of being a creep in Hassan's communities. So, like, Ethan was right to say that Hassan has a problem in his communities and that Hassan needs to be doing more to moderate them. Of course, Ethan was talking about anti-Semitism, but it sounds like misogyny and like sexual harassment are also running rampant in these groups, right? Like these men are these faux intellectuals and they're they're playing at revolutionary, but at the end of the day, they're still just using the master's tools, right? And subjugating and harassing women and trying to use their proximity to Hassan to violate women, to violate their privacy, to violate their boundaries. They're alike all over, you know? Leave women alone. It's very, very easy. So yeah. Yeah, I think the well-meaning men are the grossest of all of the toxic men. The ones that act like they listen to their sisters and have been to therapy and have read, bell hooks. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Because I can see through your bullshit too. He was unsolicited begging random leftist women on Twitter for feet pics. Who is this? Borg, whatever the fuck? I finished therapy. A man I knew. Oh my God. Yeah, the performative feminism and like weaponizing feminism to manipulate women and pressure women. Crazy. Oh, they're still trying to deflect from this LOL thing and call Ethan a misogynist over Jimmy Lee. It's just so dumb. It's fucking dumb. I think that's it for tonight. We have a ton of shit that's still left on here. Like I said, I have family coming into town Friday through Tuesday. So I don't know if I'm even going to be able to watch H3. So if we do a stream in the evenings, it's going to be pretty fast and loose because it's very likely I won't have had the chance to watch the show. And I don't know if I will be exhausted, but we will see. We will see what happens. So I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. And yeah, I will see you next time, whenever that actually is, because I'm not really sure right now. So we'll figure it out. I'll see you when I see ya. Just keep an eye out. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye, everybody.